Welcome back, everybody, to the Tampa Bay Rays franchise. We wrapped up our first 8 games of the season. Rays win on opening day on that walk-off home run by Christopher Morel, and then we promptly dropped 5 of the next 7 games. So we're standing at 3-5 and 3 games behind the Yankees. But it is time for us to get in and look at our draft prospects for the first time. You can see I have my Discovery Scout looking at international pitchers, my Position Scout looking at international starting pitchers, and let's go look at all of these guys. You can see the number 1 player, very possibly a generational. I'll have to see how it goes. I don't think I'm going to scout him since we're picking at 14, but this Luis Garcia has pretty solid hitting all across the board, really good defense as well, good speed, just doesn't steal bags very much. So if he comes in on the higher side, he would be a great pick, but we're not going to get him. We also have starting pitcher. Finally get a third baseman at 6. This guy's got a lot of power and speed. Just has a little bit of contact issues, but he's 19. Another starting pitcher, another third baseman, and if he comes in on the higher end, he'll be excellent, but probably won't with it only being 13 off, but you never know. He's 20 years old, so that's at 8. He could possibly drop to us. Another pitcher, another third baseman, probably come in. I don't know. You never know. He's not going to come in on the highest level, so somewhere in between, and he would be intriguing to take as well, even though we have Caminero. He's 6 foot. We could move him to outfield, or we could put him at first base. With that arm, though, we'd probably want to put him in the outfield. Center fielder, Joe Idom. Great power, great speed, not a lot of contact. Another starting pitcher, left fielder, Jason Cuervas. This is the guy I'm going to put in there to scout. Sitting here at, where is he? Pick 13. We pick at 14. And right-handed bat, throws left-handed. Short guy, 5'7". Got really good contact skills, not a lot of power. Really good vision and discipline if he comes in on the higher level on the contact vision discipline. Great speed and stealing. Average defense, which would be great. It looks like it comes in towards the higher end. His arm strength would be something we could just leave, and actually we could move him to center field. Just kind of depends on his reaction and his overall fielding. Otherwise, we'll just stick him in left field. But great speed, great stealing, great contact, vision, discipline. Just doesn't have a ton of power. And we definitely need a leadoff hitter. No sure thing that Chandler Simpson's going to make it. Another pitcher. Got a ton of starting pitchers at the top of this draft. Do have a few position players. And what I've already done is go through each of the positions and mark down the number of players by each region. So for starting pitchers, there are 35 international pitchers that need to be scouted. There are 30 starting pitchers from the Central and 25 from the East, only 6 in the West. Relievers, there are 36 relievers from the East, 33 international, 28 from the Central. Catchers, there's 7 from the East, 6 from Central, and 5 international. I found 12 first baseman international, 8 from the Central, 7 second baseman from East, 7 from international, 6 Central, 9 international third baseman, 7 shortstops that are East, 7 from the West, and 6 international. And then the outfield, left fielders, we have 10 from the Central, 10 international. Center fielders, it's pretty even, 6 international, 5 East, 4 Central. And right field, 9 international, and then it drops down to 5 East, 4 Central. So all in all, we have 34 international infielders, 25 international outfielders. So those are regions that we'll probably try to discover in, since we already have some. Maybe we can find even more. And we'll keep scouting all of those pitchers. It's very possible that I don't scout any individual pitchers. I might go 5 weeks with international, 5 weeks with Central, and 4 weeks with the East. Since there's a lot of pitchers in those 4 regions, we can get a lot of guys scouted up to at least 60 to 80%. Anyway, that's what we have. Let me go back here and put that outfielder on there. Left fielder, Jason Cuervas, put him at 1. And we have him listed there. So that's what we have there. And now we are going to, I'm going to do some player locks early in the season here. I want to look at some individual players. And probably once we get into the month of May, we'll start looking at our minor league guys, showcase Carson Williams, Dylan Lesko, and some of the other guys. But this first month, I really want to focus on our major league players. Take a look at the stats real quick. You can see Yandy Diaz hitting .333 on the season, just doesn't have any home runs. Josh Lowe, .375 with 2 steals. Ha-Seong Kim, .308, but no home runs, no RBIs. Brandon Lau, .269, no home runs. You can see we're missing power. Christopher Morel, we saw one of those on opening day, but again, he's only hitting .200. Danny Jansen hits a home run. Aranda, he hit a home run on opening day. Caminero struggling at .143 with no home runs. So we need to really work on the power. We've only got 4 home runs the whole year. Pitching wise, Drew Rasmussen's been pitching great. Shane had a rough outing a second time. Hopefully he'll bounce back in the third start. Pepio got shelled early. Bradley pitched great. Baz pitched great. Littell's pitched great in relief. And on the rest of the bullpen, Kevin Kelly's lights out. Rodriguez not bad at all. Uceda's been struggling. 1-3, we've had to move him out of the setup role. And Clevenger's doing well, and so is Fairbanks. So all in all, we're doing really good. We just don't have any power at the moment, which is what I said in the introduction video when we started this franchise, that we need to scout power, try to find power, whether it's trade or drafting. Since we're not going to sign a lot of free agents, maybe we can find an older free agent that can hold a roster spot till one of the guys progresses up through the minor leagues. But anyway, that's our first look at the early part of the first round and what's out there at each position. And as we go through, I will give you updates on the guys that we fully scout. And after taking our first look at the prospects in the draft, we did beat Texas in Game 3 to win that series 2 out of 3. Then the Angels came to town and we swept them 3 straight. Go to Atlanta, split the first 2. We'll sim Game 3 here in a second, and I'm going to jump in and play this game right here, player lock with Junior Caminero, and see how he does. Our first look at individual player lock on the season. So I'll sim that game, then we'll hop into this one, and I'll show you the highlights from that, and we'll work our way into this Yankees series. And the first game that we're going to take a look at Junior Caminero in is the first game of the series against the Red Sox here at home. You can see we are a game better than them in the standings. On the mound for the Rays today is going to be Shane McClanahan. Hopefully he has a good start. See what he's done on the year. And we're going to hop ahead now to the bottom of the second inning. Morel and Lowe both made outs. So we'll get our first look at Junior Caminero. See what he's done on the season. 180, no home runs, 4 RBI, OPS under 500. That's not a good start. So hopefully we can get him jump started today. Here's Cutter Crawford, 1-1 pitch. That's going to be a foul ball back. Caminero has high contact against lefties, a little bit lower against righties, and you get that power developed up as well. 1-2 pitch, and he's going to swing and miss at a high fastball and strike out. It's not the best start to the player lock, as we're through 2 innings, and there's no score. And now we're going to hop ahead to the 4th inning. Yandy Diaz led off with a single. Kim doubles. Lau walks. Strikeout by Morel, a double by Lowe. It's 2-0, and now Caminero's going to be up with a man on second and 2 out, as Diaz got thrown out at the plate earlier in the inning. So see if Caminero can come out, get a clutch 2-out RBI here. And he's going to hit a foul ball up the first base line. Casas is going to run over by the coach's box and have that, so that was not a good AB either. So he's had a rough start today, so hopefully we can pick up as we go along, but the Rays jump on top, 2-0 as we go to the 5th. And Ha-Seong Kim hits a solo shot here in the bottom of the 6th to get us up 3-0. Lau gets a single. They change pitchers, bringing Greg Weissert. Morel, after Lau steals second, he flies out. Now Josh Lowe pops out, so Caminero's going to be up with a man in scoring position again in 2 outs. See if we can get a hit this time. Don't know much about Weissert. And Caminero hits a line shot up the middle, and that's a base hit, and that's going to be a run. Throw's going to come in, and it's not going to be in time. Oh, a little bit closer than I thought. But the Rays jump out to a 4-0 lead. Get our first hit of the day for Caminero. There's a line shot. Got all of that one. Too bad he couldn't get that elevated. We'll take that. Way to go, Junior. Need to see more of that. Now we go to the bottom of the 8th. Kim walks, steals second. Lau strikes out. Morel strikes out. Josh Lowe singles, so we have men at the corners and 2 outs. We had a 3rd at bat in a row with men in scoring position. See if Junior can get the job done again here. Facing Brennan Bernardino, 2-1 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Another RBI single for Caminero. There we go. 2 bad at-bats to start the day, and he gets 2 RBI singles in his last 2. There we go, jumpstart that batting average, and the Rays would hang on and win that game 5-2. McClanahan gets the win. Fairbanks gets his 5th save as we take game 1 of this series. Let's take a look at this box score. See 2 hits for Duran, 3 for Refsnyder, 2 for Wong. No home runs allowed. Cutter Crawford gives up 4 runs in 5 innings. Our side, 2 hits for Kim, 2 for Lowe, 2 for Caminero, 2 for DeLuca, home run by Kim. 2 steals in the game. McClanahan 7 shutout innings. Uceda gives up another 2 runs. Dude just can't have a clean inning, it seems. But we get the dub, so that's all that matters. And after we beat Boston 5-2 in game 1, we bounced back again. The next 2 games winning 5-4 and 5-2. So we scored 5 runs in every game against Boston. Sweep that series. Then the Yankees come to town, game 1. We lose that one 6-5. And we're going to hop into this game right here. Player lock on Junior Caminero again. I want to get a lot of focus on him in this episode since he's our number 1 prospect. He was the number 1 prospect in all of baseball last year. So going to highlight him, try and get his bat going. So let's see how he does against Carlos Rodon. And we have a big early season series here against the Yankees. Be chasing them down this entire franchise. See Shane Baz on the mound for us. Hop to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Christopher Morel leads off with a single, so Junior's going to come up now. Nobody out. A man on first in this scoreless game, facing the lefty Rodon. And it's going to be a tapper to third. LeMahieu's got it. Throws to second. Chisholm to first, and gets the double play. It was a close play at first base. Yankees get the 5-4-3 double play. Check out this replay. Little tapper. Speed is not one of Caminero's strength, and he almost beat that out. Half stride shy. So Yankees get the double play. No runs scored that inning. Paul Goldschmidt's going to put the Yankees on top with a solo homer, and LeMahieu follows with another one. So back-to-back shots make it 2-0. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and Caminero's going to be leading off for the Rays. 2-2 pitch from Rodon. And it's going to be a fly ball down the left field line towards the corner. Hooking. Foul and out of play. If he can straighten one of these out, love to see him hit a home run on camera. 2-2 pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball in the hole. Diving stop by Volpe. Gets up, throws, and it's not particularly close. What a play by Volpe as he guns down Caminero. Then we go to the 6th inning, and Bellinger hits a solo shot. That's their 3rd of the day. In the 7th inning, 2 outs. Grisham hits a solo shot, so that's 4 solo homers in the game for the Yankees. My goodness. We go to the bottom of the inning. Morel gets one of those back with a solo homer, so now Junior's going to be up. Nobody on, 1 out, 4-1 game. See if he can get on base. Somebody else can drive him home. And that's a line shot up the middle right over Rodon's head. There we go. So we've seen 3 hard-hit singles out of him. Still looking for our first extra base hit on camera. Now we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. First 2 guys are out. DeLuca singles. Diaz singles. Palacios is going to face a new pitcher, Devin Williams. He's going to single, and it's going to be 4-2 now. And they get out of the inning. So we get down to within 2. Head to the bottom of the 9th. Morel leading off. He pops out. Now to bring up Caminero. Luke Weaver in the game now. For whatever reason, they have him closing and Williams setting up. There's nobody on, 1 out. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Weaver. And that's off the plate. So Junior works at count full. You got Jansen, who has power, on deck. See if he can get on base, work a walk, maybe get a tying home run. 3-2 pitch from Weaver. And that's another foul ball. Stays alive. We'll do this 3-2 pitch one more time. And he swings and misses on the cutter, down and in, and strikes out for the 2nd out. And Danny Jansen would strike out as well as the Yankees hang on and win 4-2. Rodon with the win. Baz loss. Weaver gets his first save as the Yankees knock out 4 solo homers in the game. Let's take a look at this box score. See 2 hits for Chisholm, 2 for Stanton. The home runs, Bellinger, Goldschmidt, Chisholm, LeMahieu. Rodon, 2 runs in 7 innings. Bullpen did their job. Our side, 8 hits, 2 for Morel, 2 for DeLuca. Home run by Morel. He's got 6 now. Baz, 3 runs in 5 innings. They were all solo homers. And we just got to stop giving up homers to the Yankees and start hitting homers ourselves. And the Yankees would go on to sweep that series in Tampa Bay. You can see we had a little bit of trouble scoring after the first game of the series. In fact, the Yankees hit 10 home runs in those 4 games. So instead of making up ground or staying even, we ended up dropping 4 games behind them in the standings, but we bounced back, get a 2-0 win here by Ryan Pepio at Arizona. Follow that up with a 3-2 win. Let's see, I can't remember who this starting pitcher was. Yeah, Taj Bradley pitched well. And then we dropped game 3 at Arizona 4-0. Shane Bass takes the loss. Go to San Diego. Tough luck loss by Shane McClanahan. Gives up a 2-run homer to Jackson Merrill. And we dropped the first game of that series. And I'm going to hop into this one. And we're going to watch Junior Caminero again for the 3rd time. And see him face Dylan Cease. And watch our first road game of the season. And wrap up this episode after that. And I'll give you a little bit of update on the scouting after we've had a few weeks to discover and scout some guys. And now we get to watch our first road game of the series. First road game that we're going to show. See, we're in Petco Stadium that Tony Gwynn built. You can see the Padres are scuffling at 9-17. Look at our last 4 starts. We have a 1.69 ERA with 26 Ks and 26 innings, and our bullpen is just as good, 11 Ks, 9 innings with a 1.93 ERA. Clearly, our pitching is not the problem this season. Sitting at 500 because we need the bats to wake up, especially on the slugging side. And on the mound today for the Padres, Dylan Cease. You can see he's having a rough start, 1-4 with a 5.3 ERA. And Caminero's going to come up here in the 2nd inning, get a ground out by Morel, a walk by Lowe. See if Junior can do some damage here with 1 on and 1 out. And he's going to foul one back. Still think they rated him a little bit low. They're basing it on what he did last year and not what he's done throughout his minor league career, so we're just going to have to live with it. 1-2 pitch. He's going to swing and miss on a high fastball and strike out. He's been doing that. We're just going to have to live with the strikeouts. You can turn some of those hard-hit singles like we saw against the Yankees into extra base hits. That would be great. He tied him up with a high inside fastball. It's not easy for anybody to hit. Now we're going to go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Fernando Tatis hits a solo homer to put the Padres up 1-0. Another home run, another solo home run that we've given up. Now we hop ahead to the 4th inning. Lau with a walk. Morel strikes out. Lowe grounds out. So now we have a man on second with 2 outs. And let's see if Junior can get this clutch 2-out RBI, tie this game up. Cease has him 2-2 in the count. Here's the pitch. And he swings at a 12-6 off the plate. Fools him badly. And we strand the runner in scoring position. Cease is on a roll today. You can see through the top of the 4th inning, it's 1-0 Padres. And now we're going to hop ahead to the 7th inning. Lowe grounds out. Caminero's up now with nobody on and 1 out, and we do not have a hit. So Dylan Cease tossing a no-hitter. Let's see if Caminero can take care of that. It'd be great if he could hit a solo shot and tie this game up. See, we're going to pick up this at-bat. He's 3-1, so maybe he can work a walk and somebody else can drive him in. 3-1 pitch from Cease. It's going to be a shot into left field. A 1-hopper past the shortstop. So there goes the no-hitter for Dylan Cease. Gets all the way into the 7th inning with 1 out. Way to go, Junior. Great start by Cease. But we want to see the Rays win. And that's going to be it for Dylan Cease. They would take him out and bring in Matsui. We would not score. Double play would wipe that out. Hop ahead now to the 8th inning. Jansen doubles. We get a couple of walks to load the bases. Brandon Lau hits a sac fly to get the game tied at 1. I'm going to bring in Estrada. He's going to walk the bases loaded again. Lowe's up now. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And he makes an out. So we do battle back, tie the game. Going to go to the 9th now. Caminero leading off against Jeremiah Estrada. 1-1 pitch to him. And that's a foul ball. And the 2-2 pitch. And another slider. Chasing that off speed for the 2nd time off the plate. But Aranda would follow up that strikeout with a solo shot to put the Rays up 2-1. So we go to the 9th. Pete Fairbanks strikes out the first 2 batters. Let's hop in here and watch him pitch and see if we can nail down this save. And off the bench today, getting a rest, Luis Arraez. Going to come in and pinch hit and try and keep this inning alive for the Padres. Nobody on, 2 out, and 1-1 pitch from Fairbanks. And he takes strike 2 right at the letters. Rise batting average is about 100 points lower than you would expect right now. He's having a slow start to the year. We understand what that feels like. See if Pete can nail this down. He's been stellar so far this year. 1-2 pitch to Rise. And he swings through the circle change, fooled him badly, and strikes him out. So the Rays were being no hit with 1 out in the 7th inning. They battle back, tie the game, take the lead, and nail down and come from behind 2-1 win. Offense didn't do a ton, but the pitching held them close until they could get the bats awoken. And Garrett Clevenger, 2-1 on the year now. Fairbanks with his 9th save of the season. He's been pitching way better than I expected, and we got him for another year. Let's check out this box score. You can see 3 hits down in the bottom half. Caminero, Aranda, and Jansen, the biggest one. A home run by Aranda to tie the game. Rasmussen, 6 innings, 1 run allowed. Bullpen, great job there on their side. They had 4 hits all at the top of the order. Home run by Tatis was their only run. Cease pitches great and gets no decision out of that because the bullpen blows it. So that's good for us as the Rays take this game 2-1 against San Diego. And after that come from behind win in game 2, we win game 3, 4-0. So we win that series 2-1. Brandon Lau with a couple of doubles. Ryan Pepio moves to 4-1 with a 1.91 ERA. There we go. And then Kansas City comes to town. We win the first game, 10-8. Pasquantino hits a home run. Countered on Marsh and Estevez. Our side, Diaz 3 hits, Kim 2 hits, Lau 2 hits, Caminero 2, Aranda 2 with 3 RBIs. No home runs for us. Taj Bradley got lit up just a little bit, 6 runs in 4 innings. So did Uceda. He's really struggling. May have to send him to the minors to get him fixed. But Pete Fairbanks comes through, gets his 10th save of the season with that 0.61 ERA. Game 2 against the Royals, we get hammered pretty good. Home runs by Perez and Pasquantino. Cole Reagans dominates. Our side, 2 hits for Yandy. Caminero with 1, LaDuca with 1. Shane Baz gets lit up. It's his worst start of the season. And then in game 3, we win that one 10-1 to win the series. Only run allowed was a solo homer by Joey Weimer as we get to Seth Lugo and the pen. Our side, 3 hits by Josh Lowe, 2 by Brandon Lau. Aranda, 1 hit, 2 RBIs. Johnny DeLuca, 2 hits, 5 RBIs. Home runs by Brandon Lau, Christopher Morel, Jonathan Aranda, Johnny DeLuca. Shane bounces back, pitches great. 9 strikeouts in 7 innings, gets his 2nd win of the year. And Uceda pitches 2 hitless innings. And I'm going to sim these next 2 games against the Yankees because I want to get to this through this Saturday game here so we can look at our draft prospects one more time. First game, we lose 3-1. 2 hits for Hassan Kim. 4 hits came from our bottom 3 in the order. Rasmussen didn't pitch poorly. Rodriguez gives up a run late. Home run by Giancarlo Stanton. Max Fried pitches well. And then game 2, we lose that one 4-0. So we are 0-6 against the Yankees right now. That's never good. A lot of work to do here. Caballero with 2, Aranda with 2, and that was it. Pepio gives up 3 runs, takes his 2nd loss. Bellinger, Stanton, and Judge, we just can't stop giving up home runs to the Yankees as Luis Gil pitches a great 6 innings. So 0-6, and let's go in and check out these prospect scouting progress. We have Joe Idem, the center fielder we're looking at. A lot of power, not much contact, definitely not much discipline. His fielding is okay, speed's really good. You'd have to come in on the higher end to make it worthwhile. We did find 2 more outfielders. There we go, Andres Figueroa. He could be good, 24th ranked for us. Possible 99 potential, great hit skills, decent power. Arm's going to be horrible unless he comes in on the higher end. Even then, it's going to be not that great. Really good stealing, though. Not sure it's going to be enough. I mean, you definitely have to play left field. He's not going to play right field with that arm. But it could be a possibility as a leadoff type hitter. I don't know. We'll see. And let's look at these pitchers I want to show you. So Philip Jew has jumped to number 3 on our draft board, but his walks per 9 are not great. His hits per 9 is not great. Not interested in that. These guys won't get there. Davia, His per nines are low. We can get that developed up. He won't be there. Mariano Caballero. Again, per nines are going to be low, and even his stamina is low. He might not even be a starting pitcher. Russell Ha. Hits are good. Everything else is low. And there's a couple of guys in here. Tim Aparicio. We found him. He's not rated. Probably going to be B or a C. Again, his per nines are a bit low. There's another one. Where was he? There's two more. This guy, Fernando Almanzar. He's not going to be one of our top 2 picks. Might not even be picked until the 3rd round. We'd probably have to take him in the 2nd round and pick 49. But definite A potential in the low 60s. He is 23 years old. Great walks per 9. Great control. Tops out at 94. 6'5". But he would be a fast riser. We could get him, throw him in there, get him progressed up, and if nothing else, we could possibly use him as a long reliever out of the pen. So he's a definite possibility for pick 49. And Sawyer Chavez, high strikeouts, low walks. As much as I love strikeouts, the sim does not like low walks. And we scouted this left fielder, Jason Cuervas is the first guy we looked at. Looks like he's going to come in at high C, low B, somewhere in the 50s or low 60s. Great hitting, not much power, not overwhelming defense. Really good stealing though. So it really all depends on his potential. If he comes in as a B, he'd be worth it. If he comes in as a C, definitely not. And we'll just have to see where he goes from there. But that's what we've got so far. Checking this guy out, trying to find some more. I will get the outfielder we just found scouted up after we're done with item, and keep scouting. This is the last week for international pitchers. You can see we have 38 starting pitchers scouted, and we found 4 more central pitchers that we discovered. 4 more, so that's going to be 34 of those. So we're going to have over 70 starting pitchers mostly scouted, and if I decide to go 4 weeks in the East, we'll be up close to 100 pitchers scouted, starting pitchers. So we'll have plenty of options when it comes to the draft. And you can see we are now 17-16, 6 games back. And guess what? We lost 6 games to the Yankees. So we are behind the Yankees specifically because of our poor performance against them head-to-head. See how we are in the wild card. And we are now a game and a half out of the last wild card. So we got some work to do. Our offense, contact, power. You can see pitching is leading the way for us. Our offense is dragging us down. Take a look at these stats real quick. Yandy's hitting 304, but he only has 1 home run. Christopher Morel hitting 235 with 7 home runs. So he's doing exactly what he normally would do. Bad batting average, great power. Josh Lowe, 263, 7 steals, but only 1 home run. Hassan Kim, 243. He's got 3 home runs, but only 6 RBI. Junior's still looking for his first home run this season. We got to get that up. Aranda, he's got 5 home runs, hitting 230. Brandon Lau, under 200 with 4 home runs and 14 RBI. Johnny LaDuca hitting 262 is better than I expected, but again, no power. Danny Jansen struggling. Now you can see why I said the position did not have much in the organization. Thought Jansen would do better than that, but obviously not. And these guys are all bench players for the most part. Pitching side, Pepio leads with 4 wins, a 2.27 ERA, a 0.98 WHIP. McClanahan's getting his back down in a reasonable spot after that last good start. Rasmussen's pitched great. Baz just had 1 bad start. And Taj has a little bit of a rough start. These guys are in long relief. And the normal relievers, Uceda, his ERA was over 11 at one point. He's finally bringing that down. Hopefully he can keep continuing on this path. Kevin Kelly's been great. Lavender as a Rule 5 has been great. Got to get those walks down. Manuel Rodriguez, okay, not bad. I think he had 1 really bad outing. And Clevenger's pitched great. And then our closer, Pete Fairbanks, got 1 win, 10 saves, 14 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts, 0.61 ERA, 0.48 WHIP. So he allowed 7 base runners and allowed 1 run in 14 innings. So he's done way more than we could have expected at this point. We just got to find some bats. So I want to show you, I was looking at this earlier. On the trading block is Lawrence Butler at 24 years old, making $8.5 million a year. Definitely has power that we could use. I don't know that how realistic that trade would be since they just signed him to an extension. He's already got 7 home runs, would be first on our team by a mile. And he's making $8.5 million for the next 8 years, which would take him to age 31, 32. So he's not going to be like getting paid $8.5 million into his late 30s. So the contract isn't bad. I just don't know how realistic that trade would be on the A's side. Why would you sign him to an extension and then ship him out? So we'll just continue looking. Maybe I can find a veteran bat as we get closer to the trade deadline. And so that'll be a focus. We got to get some more power bats on this team. And the 1 or 2 guys that do have power need to hit for a little bit better average. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. I will continue scouting these players. And next episode, we have not shown any of our prospects down here at AAA. So next episode, we're going to do it's a multiplayer lock. Like I'm gonna record a game, and we're gonna look at Xavier Isaac and maybe Chandler Simpson, definitely Carson Williams, who's struggling. And on the pitching side, we're going to try and find a start by Dylan Lesko, so we can look at Lesko and Isaac and Williams and anybody else in the team. And we'll just cruise through that game. But I want to show you some gameplay for those guys because we haven't featured them at all in the series so far. I mean, it's only one real full episode in, but next episode, we're going to pull them in, and then we'll get some other Major League gameplay later in the month of May into June. That way you can see, I mean, our number 1 prospect is Junior Caminero, and he's at the Major League level, so that's why we featured him in this episode, because I really wanted to show him off, and we just got to get his power bat going. So anyway, if you like the series, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit that notification bell, and I'll be back very soon with the next episode of the Tampa Bay Rays MLB 25 franchise.